Okay, here is a detailed breakdown of my pull down. We're going to look at body line, body angle, and the length of each sequence. So this initial stage, body line, angle down, and you know what? Why don't we just really get detailed here just because we have the tools. So let's just do it. So angle down at about 12 degrees, right? So I'm angled down about 12 degrees and I'm riding that glide out for about 2 seconds. So I push off the wall and it's a two count. One, two, and then you can see the kick starts loading up as I approach that two. And I really want that to happen from the T-spine, right? So I'm looking just at this part of the spine. I want my reach to the surface to initially begin there. Then as the wave moves down the body, eventually, yes, you're going to get that extension in the lower spine as well, right? Once the body's fully extended, the glutes engage, drawing the legs back, and then the knees drive forward. That's when the knee bends. Very curious thing about kick. Do not have the feet moving backwards. Rather, bring the leg back straight and then the knees move forward. So the knee bend should not be the feet moving backwards. The knee bend should be the knees moving forwards, right? Then let's undo some of these extra lines here. And then we have the dolphin kick. The toes are together. The knees will be a little wider here, as is the nature with dolphin kick. And you can see right there, that kick is happening right around that 2 second mark. All right, so now the kick is going to finish and the kick will snap up back into that line. So you can see the kick is down. And then as the back kick initiates, the streamline breaks. Now, it's important to understand here, I'm not just going to continue to do dolphin kicks. So when I finish this kick, I have a nice straight line through the body. And that back kick is going to be all just the glutes and hamstrings bringing the legs back up onto that line. I'm not going to break the body here at this point. I want to hold that line, right? So as I come back into that line, there it is. Body stays nice and straight. Start the out sweep as the feet are getting back into connection. Now I hold the line and I come around, I engage, nice high elbows. And what I want is here to pull from high to low. So my chest is extended, my lats are engaged. And then as I initiate the power sequence of the pull, and I bring the arms using the chest, I bring the arms in front of the body. That's going to be how I initiate the change in pitch. So as the hands go from high to low, I'm going to be pulling not just forwards, but also up as well. And that's going to alter my pitch. So now we see that pull. Let's actually drop another timer on here. So right when the hands break and I achieve that line. So hands break right there, the line is achieved. So that's been just about 2.5 seconds. Now I'm going to hit the pull, lats and chest, really hold the core. You can see no movement of the legs. And now you see my pitch is slightly elevated. So the dolphin kick took me from that 12 degrees down to forwards. Now this pull is angling me up. So let's see if we can kind of gauge what that amplitude is. And here we see we've got right there is the line. And then that looks just about horizontal there. So it's about a 7 degree incline. So it's not a ton, but it's really important that you're angled up. It doesn't have to be super steep because again, I want to keep going forwards and I want to hit my breakout, right? So everybody's pull down is going to have a little bit of variability to it depending on a multitude of factors. Some of those factors are going to be technique, like how deep do you push off? That's going to change what you can do. So in order to get some of these things going on in your pull down, like this, specifically this angle change, you're going to have to learn how to come off the wall deeper because if you're pushing off shallow and then angling up, you're going to miss your breakout. You're going to hit the surface before you're ready. So now here's my glide. And when I finish the pull, I curl my shoulders forwards. This is important. A lot of people will tell you to shrug. Right. I disagree with that. Shrugging, it's a lot of tension up in the lats. Plus, shrugging inherently pulls your arms away from your body, and you want to stay nice and tight. So, what I like to do is instead of thinking about shrugging, I think about rolling your shoulders forward. Now, try it. If you roll your shoulders forward, that's going to be using your chest. You roll your shoulders forward, they're automatically going to come up a little bit, right? That's just how it works. So, think about that. You roll the shoulders forward, and then that has the added effect of bringing your arm around in front of your thigh, which keeps you lower profile, right? Now I'm going to start the recovery, starting the recovery. And you know what? I lost my camera. Let me get another camera back in there. So we got right here. That's when the line was achieved. I didn't mean to say camera. I meant to say timer. There's another timer. And so now we hit that pull, riding that glide out. So the pull to the recovery, that's just about another just under 2 seconds. So then I start the recovery, I go and I hit the kick, boom. And that's right there. That whole thing is just about 3 seconds. All right. So you're looking at 2 second glide off the wall. There's the dolphin kick. Just about a half a second between the initiation of the dolphin kick and the initiation of the pull. And then you're looking at a glide, including the pull. So that pull is a half a second just about. And I'm holding that glide just a little bit. And here I start the recovery. So that amount of time has been about 1.3 seconds. And then here we go. That's a total of about 3 seconds into the breakout. So just about 3 seconds between the initiation of the pull and the initiation of the breakout. All right, now there's another really important thing here that I want you guys to see. When you take the breakout stroke, a lot of people are going to tell you different things like stay low, keep your head down, something like that, take a short stroke. But really what's important is that you just choke up on the kick a little bit. And always with breaststroke, you really want to keep your head in line with your spine. So what you're seeing here is I'm hitting the corners on my out sweep, nice high elbows, and it looks like I'm lifting my head. I'm not actually lifting my head. What's happening is my T-spine is extending because I want to go up to the surface. I want to go up and forwards, right? So my head appears to be coming up, but I'm not lifting my head. My head is just moving with my T-spine, right? Then I come around, I hit the in sweep. Now I'm coming up, and I want to always keep my eyes forward here because if I come up too much on the breakout stroke, my body line is already up, right? You recall I'm at that 7-degree incline. So I don't need to generate as much lift because I'm already coming up. And this is actually true of every breakout. I'm already coming up. I don't need to generate as much lift on the first stroke. So I want to really keep my eyes forward, focus on keeping my head in line with my T-spine. Then my eyes will be where they should be. And then watch through the in sweep here. The hips are just getting pulled forward, right? And the hips are continuing to come up. The hips are actually breaking the surface here, but you can see as the hips move forwards, as they accelerate, you get this negative pressure and the surface of the water gets pulled down into that negative pressure. This is key because as I bring my heels up, I don't want to grab that air. You can see my heels just barely kiss it right there. I caught a little air. It'd be better if I didn't do that. So really what I should have done is only brought my heels up to there. And then if I kicked from there, I would have had a better connection. Instead, I brought the heels up just a little too high in search of power, and I caught a little bit of air, right? The heels drive down and back. The hip drives up and forward, and I get high over the surface of the water. The feet kick back and down. Watch the ankle extension through the back of the kick, and then the legs snap up, and look at that nice line again. So I've achieved that line for a third time. And that's the pull down and the breakout sequence of breaststroke.